take however many. Welcome to today's video where I'm going to be breaking down my cover or my rendition of Taylor Swift's 22. And if you guys haven't heard the cover or the song yet, you guys can click the link here, yeah, or the link in the description, and go check it out first before you come back to this video where I'm going to be breaking down for you guys how I created that cover with just my voice, a guitar, this mic, and a laptop. Before I start as well, I want to apologize to any Cantonese speakers that's watching this video right now. 唔好意思啊，今日全程都係會用英文講嘢㗎啦，咁樣。It's a good chance to learn English, you know? Alright, now let's get into it. So, when I said I only used 4 things, the guitar, my voice, a mic, and the laptop, you need a few more things. You need an interface so that you can record the sound from the mic and also the guitar. You need headphones. You don't need these like studio headphones technically. You just need a pair of headphones or earphones where you can like play and hear what you play and then also record over what you play. I basically just have this whole setup in my bedroom, and that's plenty, like enough. You don't need a lot more. You just need a few things in order to be able to create music. It's really simple. You don't even need as much stuff as I got, honestly. But yeah, I have this bedroom transformation series where I talk about how I'm transforming my bedroom into the studio setup that I have now. And I'm going to film part 3 hopefully in the following 2 weeks, and you guys can see what it looks like now. If you want to check out what I got for this transformation and what my bedroom looks like before, then go click the link here right now or the link in the description and check out part 1 and part 2. Alright, now let's really get into it. I chose to cover Taylor Swift's 22 because I just turned 22 a few weeks ago. Not a few weeks ago, like just 2 weeks ago. Yeah, actually, just 2 weeks ago. Oh my gosh, yeah, dang. So my thought process is I decided on a song and then I think about the arrangement first because you have to have a basic framework thought out before you start working on a song. At least that's how I work. I don't like to tweak things like tweak the framework too much while I'm already in the process of making the song. I'd like to at least have a rough arrangement that I'm going to be sticking with. It's pretty straightforward. I just like pretty much stick to the original song, so I went with verse 1 pre-chorus, chorus, verse 2 pre-chorus, chorus, and then I added a rap first in the middle just to have some fun with it, and then I did another chorus and then ending. Yeah, after I have that thought out, I have the framework thought out, then it's time to think about how do I actually create the instrumental, the music for it. I decided to use the guitar as the main instrument, as the original song uses the guitar as the main instrument. If you look here, the track that I highlighted right now, this is the guitar track. This part you're looking at right now, that is the pattern for the verse. And then the next part is the pattern for the pre-chorus. Next part is the pattern for the chorus. And then the fourth part after that is a pattern for the second part of the chorus that only comes in the second chorus. You guys can see there are solid like white color parts and then ones that look more faded. So this is just a loop. It just gives you guys a quick listen. So the first part of the guitar. So that's the verse. Yeah. And then you can just hear from this point on. I don't know why I'm pointing at the screen with my finger. You can't actually see my finger. You can see my cursor probably, I believe. So from this point on, it's just a repetition. Here is the pre-chorus part. Okay, let's not play everything or else it'll take too long. Then this is the first part of the chorus. And then the last part, second part of the chorus. So here. So you guys can probably hear from that there's slight variations between each portion. And if you guys didn't know, I just started a series on how to play the guitar. And I'm going to be getting into how like you play different variations on the guitar to create different layers and to make your guitar playing sound more dynamic. These are a few examples of how you switch up the pattern and switch up what you do. It kind of creates a different vibe for each portion of the song. And yeah, I'm going to go into it deeper in that series in the future, so go check it out. Link also in the description. Just plugging myself all over this video. Hey, I mean, it's better if I'm plugging myself in someone else's video where their channel is more popular than mine, but yeah. Anyway, so what I did with that is just I played around with a few like amps, they like the default amps they have in Logic, and just to try and play around different sounds. And this is the one I chose, and there are other ones, and it creates like a different sounding effect, but I found that this one fits it the best, in my opinion at least. That's the guitar part. So you can see, I'll highlight it again, the guitar instrumental. So as you guys can tell, this song is guitar focused. There's not a point where there isn't a guitar. So I used that kind of as the backbone of the song. And then now let's get into the other parts of it. So I also did a second guitar part. So you guys can look over here. You guys can see these two sections I highlighted right now. So this is the second guitar part I added to create a little more layer. I'm going to show you guys right now. I'll just create a new audio track. And I'm going to copy this real quick onto this track. So I'll give you guys a listen of what it sounds like with just the guitar. Oh my bad, that's the full band. Okay, let me just single this out and then. So this is just the guitar. If you guys can hear right now, it's kind of plain. So I added this part to the chorus to make it feel like there's a little more going on with the song. Because with just the guitar instrumental, if I just single it out again, you can hear like there are gaps between like the chords I'm playing because I'm trying to create that rhythm, but it makes it a little too hollow. So I decided to add this into it, and I did a few effects with it, so you just heard what it sounds like without me doing any tweaks and anything, adjustments. Now let's look at this. So I just played around again with the different sounds in Logic, and I picked this cool jazz combo sound, and I kind of did a little, they call it the telephone effect, where you just cut out all the low ends of the frequency and all the high ends of the frequencies. You're left with just the mid ends of the frequency, and it kind of creates this telephone sound. I also added a little bit of delay, a little bit of vibrato, just to kind of play around with the sound, and this is what it sounds like after I did all the different tweaks to it. You see, it feels like a more muffled sound almost, a slightly more muffled sound. So if I just select this and the guitar instrumental, this is what it sounds like. With just the guitar instrumental originally, it's a little bland. There's a little too much empty space in between. So to fill that empty space, I used this. So that's what it sounds like. Okay, let's not waste too much time. I copied the same track onto this track. I mean the same audio onto this track. So as you guys can see, this is called the echo stack. And what this is that I try to play around with the sound again. As I get into the second part of the chorus, I want to keep this guitar riff thingy, but I want it to sound a little clearer. I just play around with the sound a little bit, and this is what it sounds like. So it sounds more like an electric guitar, as you can tell, and then it's a little more clear, a little more piercing. There's also this little delay and little echo, not delay, little echo that you can hear like at the back end of it. I'll play it again. As you can tell, when I pause the music, you can hear the echo just like echoing at the back. A cool little effect, so that's what I went with. Let me show you what it when you combine that with the guitar track, the original guitar track, what it sounds like. There's a little more of a layer here, because this one is again a different sound. I used the same guitar, but I played around with tweaking the sound, so it sounds like there are two guitars with different sound properties, and it's again creating layers. That's pretty much it. Let me delete this track first. There's no point of this track. Delete track. Yes, sir. Okay. And now let's get into the bass first. I never have an actual bass guitar, so I had to do this with just the software instrument on Logic. Let me play the bass line here. It's a very simple bass line. Dum, 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 dum. Dum, da, 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 dum. And then here at the pre-chorus, you can hear it. I switched it up a little. It's more, the sound is more sustained now. The sound earlier, it's more segmented, more like staccato. This is more connected, and it's kind of to fit with the guitar part as well. As you guys can hear, the guitar verse part, it's a little more rhythmic, and when you go to the pre-chorus, it's more sustained. Like, I applied the same principle with the bass, so it matches with what the guitar is doing. So I don't know what kind of device you are listening or watching this video on right now. For like your phone or your laptop, it might not be as easy to hear the bass line, because the sound, how should I put it? The sound profile of your phone or your laptop, sometimes it doesn't emphasize enough of the bass line. It might emphasize a bit more of the mid-tones. So when you hear this with different device, it might sound a little different. So I have two monitors in front of me, and I also have this headphone, so it allows me to hear a greater spectrum of frequencies. So the bass line will come out a little more and be a little more present when I use these and when I hear it back from my monitors. But if you're hearing it just from maybe your smartphone, it might not sound, the bass line might not be as present. Alrighty. Okay, let's continue. So let's go to this part. This is the chorus part. So let's hear what it sounds like. So it sounds a little different, right? And when you match it up with the guitar, you see that I'm trying to sync up the rhythm. So what I'm doing on the guitar, the same rhythm, I'm applying it to the bass. Well, let's finish off the bass line first, and then you can hear this one. This is the second part of the chorus. I played around with the melody a bit. You guys know the song, the 22 song. This is just the melody that Taylor Swift sang, or that the vocals sang technically. Let us go here, the chorus part. I'm gonna sing the melody over it to give you guys an idea what I meant when I say it's like the same as the melody line. "22, 22, 22." So you guys can hear the 22 part, the vocal sang. I just copied that to the bass line. Over here, you see there's a second bass section, and it's the same sound, but I created a harmony. I think it's an octave up. Yep, it's an octave up. So I'll let you guys hear it on its own first. So this is what the harmony sounds like. So in the beginning, it's just like I pushed all the notes up an octave, and then I kind of changed up the melody. that's what it sounds like, and then when you combine the two bass lines together, it sounds like this. So this is just an octave, and then now here comes the harmony. When you play like everything, every part, the vocals and this and like everything else, you can't really hear it that clearly when you like put all the parts together, but in the end you can kind of hear the high octave bass line with that melody line. It's just a nice little touch, and when I combine everything together, it will make more sense. Let's go to the drum track. What I did with the drums is very simple. The first part is just my bad, this is everything together. Let me highlight it. So it's literally just the bass drum, 1 2 3 4, and it's just to create a bit of a rhythm. And let's play everything for a little bit.
It feels like a perfect
hear that bass drum like just
to
kind of
dress up
kicking in.
like hipsters and make fun of our exes.
So it's just to like add a bit of like a rhythm to guide the song, and that went on throughout the verse and the pre-chorus, and then in the chorus it's also just the bass drum here, I believe. Oh no, with the snare drum, never mind. So it's just bass and snare together. Pop, pop, boom, pop, 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 boom, pop, boom. Again, it's matching the guitar and the bass and everything. So if I play the guitar and the bass line as well, it sounds like this. And then it's just the thing with digital drums, it doesn't sound as authentic and as nice, but it's just something you have to deal with until you get the chance to record with real drums, which is only for special occasions. Over here, a little more variation. That's the second part of the chorus. So you guys might hear just then a little bit of hi-hat also, and then this is the third part of the chorus, like the continuation where it goes, "It feels like one of those nights." That part, I changed the drum rhythm a bit again, make it sound a little fuller. So what I did is I added a ride so you guys can hear it now. So instead of a hi-hat, I switched it out to a ride cymbal. And then we're almost done with the instrumental. Let's go to the last section where you guys can see here the lyrical synth. So I just played around with different synth sound in Logic again, and I wanted to add just a little icing on the top. So right now, without that, the whole construction of the instrumental is completed, but I wanted to add just a little bit more. Let me show you guys what it sounds like on its own. So this is the little loop that I created for the pre-chorus part. I added a little delay to it, so if I turn off the delay for a bit, you guys can hear it without the delay. I don't know, I just like a little bit of delay. I feel like it just makes it sound fuller and more interesting. This is what it sounds like when I added the delay to it. So you can hear it kind of echoing in the back a little bit. Okay, so this is one of the melody lines, and I created a second one here. This one sounds a little more busy, like a lot more going on, it seems like. And I only used that at like the second portion of the chorus where again it goes, "It feels like one of those nights," because that is like the high point of the song. That's when the energy is the highest in the whole song. So you can see here this section, and also the end section, this section. And that's it for the instrumental. And I'll show you guys from, let's see, I'll show you guys a bit of the instrumental on its own. So just this, wrong button, my bad. This, and this, there we go. which part do I want to highlight? Let me go to the part where the synth first comes in, so you guys can kind of hear what it sounds like. Just a nice little melody line that floats above everything. And then let's go to the chorus. So right now you guys should be able to hear that telephone guitar sound. And then let's go to second part of the chorus with the electric guitar sound, and also this is where the instrumental is the fullest. You guys can see there is almost every single track is filled, except for the Cool Jazz Combo, the telephone sound, because I only want to use that in the pre-chorus. So this is what everything sounds like altogether. So yeah, something like that. And also, just one last thing for the instrumental. Two things. So I added a rap verse, if you guys remember I said earlier, which I'm going to show you in a bit. So that part sounds like this. And then also right after that, when I end the rap and I go back to the chorus, you guys can see here in the first part of the chorus, for the first two times it played, I had the telephone guitar melody all the way throughout the whole section. But this time I only have it at the second part to create a little variation. I also added more harmonies during this part, so to fill in what I don't add in with the guitar. This is pretty much the instrumental, and then you guys can kind of see, if you guys look at the full instrumental like track layout from this track all the way to here, you can see like the different layers. The more stuff is there, the fuller it is, and the louder it should sound. And the loudest part, as you guys can see, is the second part of the chorus, where I think it's the high point of the song, the climax of the song. So these two parts, and then just end with just the guitar again. Start with just the guitar, end with just the guitar. And that's the instrumental. Okay, I'm rambling a lot, so let's go to the vocals. I want to show you this one. So I just talked about the telephone effect with the guitar. Let me show you what it sounds like when you apply it to vocal. So this is me trying to call for my rapper persona to come out, and this part is the telephone vocal sound. So if you can hear it,
J1, let's get it.
this is with the effect. And let me again create an audio track. Move this down, and let's hear it. If it's like not, if I didn't do any tweaking to it.
J1, let's get it.
So you guys can hear it's very different. And if we go back and listen to it again,
J1, let's get it.
so I just want to single it out and show you guys that. And then here, I want to show you guys this part. This is the harmony, because the vocals themselves, there isn't much to talk about. So I want to show you guys like the different harmonies and the different layers. This is what it sounds like. So
Instead of sleeping, yeah, we're happy, free, confused, and lonely in the best way.
just a little bit of harmony.
It's miserable and magical, whoa, yeah.
As you guys can hear, just then there's a little bit of reverb, a little bit of echo. I don't like it to be too dry in the song, so that's a little bit of tweaking that I did with it. For the rap verse,
Feeling 22, now it's time to celebrate. Do you feel it too? Not like any other day. Chill out, pop a bottle, I don't need a lot of people. Just need the one who makes me feel like I have won the lotto.
I'm not gonna play the whole thing. Go listen to the full song, you have it again. Link in the description. And then I did a little bit of harmony as well. And you can see rap verse with auto-tune. So if I just single this part out.
First prize, you're the winner. Yeah, all-star, you're my starter.
You guys can probably hear a little bit of auto-tune, a little more like obvious there, especially on the yeah. There are people that don't like artists using auto-tune, and it's just where you use it, how much you use it, and does it actually help with the song. Sometimes it's a good effect to use. Here is the harmony, again with a little bit of
Ride or
auto-tune.
die, you are mine. Take a minute, stop the time. Won't be sleeping for the night, so let us stay up till it's bright. Yeah, yeah.
And then when you combine it with the main melody, the main rap.
Ride or die, you are mine. Take a minute, stop the time. Won't be sleeping for the night, so let us stay up till it's bright. Yeah, yeah.
It's a little dry on its own, so I added this little harmony. And then here, main ad-lib. This is where I just like, this is the part that took me the longest. It's high notes that I don't even know how I managed to hit that day. Let me just show you the harmonies on their own right now.
Hey, whoa, you keep me next to you.
That's I messed up the enunciation a little bit there, but yeah, it's an issue that I always have with my singing. But yeah, anyways, moving past that, let's continue.
No, whoa, whoa.
Oh my god, I didn't know how I hit that. Honestly, I did not know how I hit that. I did not know. I don't remember how many takes I did either. So when you combine this with just the singing audio right now.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Everything's gonna be alright if you keep me next to you. You don't know about me, but I bet you want to. Everything's gonna be alright if we just keep dancing like we're 22. 22. 22.
I'm impressed with myself, honestly. I don't know how I did that. I can't do it right now. Oh my gosh. Wait, one more time. I think that kind of worked. I don't know. I had to listen back to the audio to see how I sounded just now, but the amount of times I messed up like ending that note is just way too much to count. But yeah. Anyways, I added the ad-lib to create again a little more variation, and it's just to like add a little bit more spice to it again. Like if I kept the final chorus the same way as it is like the ones before, it won't be exciting, it won't be interesting. So I did a little bit of variation in that. Dang, I almost forgot. I have two more parts to show you guys. These two, the bridge ad-lib. Should I call it the bridge or the second part of the chorus? I mean, we can always correct ourselves. Let's call this the bridge, actually. The bridge, yeah. Yes, actually the bridge. Why I called it the second part of the chorus, I don't know. Oh my god, my brain is fried. Anyways, we don't have much time till our camera dies, so let me show you guys this part before we end this cut of the scene.
It feels like one of those nights.
When you heard that just now, it sounds like the sound's coming from a distance, and I did that by adding a bit of ambient reverb to it, lowering the volume and like pushing out the reverb. So I want it to be like a conversation with this harmony and my main singing audio. So let me just play this part.
It feels like one of those nights. We ditched the whole scene. It feels like one of those nights. We won't be sleeping.
That should cover everything I did. And yeah, that's how I made the full song with 4 things: a guitar, my voice, this mic, and a laptop. And yeah, this is me breaking down how I made my cover of 22. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm not going to show you guys the full song right now. Use the link in the description. Go back and listen to it again and refresh your mind. You can go back and forth with that in this video and then go back and see where are the different elements that I kind of talk about in this video. Where did they show up in the actual song? So yeah. Oh my gosh, I don't remember what I said. My brain is honestly fried. I had too little sleep this week. But anyways, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like, drop a subscribe, hit the notification bell so you always stay updated. And if you didn't like it for whatever reason, let me know in the comments so I can make sure that I improve next time. And yeah, that's about it. I'll catch you guys next week in my next video. See ya.